Tree time is a fantastic activity for establishing the relative nature of different note values. And in case you haven't guessed already from the name of the relative rhythm cards, this is exactly what they're for. They're about teaching our students that notes are proportional to each other. They're about each other and they have relationships. They're not just long or short. It depends where they are and what they're doing. So to do this exercise, you're going to spread out the relative rhythm cards on the floor or on a table and have your student pick out a ta, 2, 3, 4, otherwise known as a semi-breve or a whole note. You won't have cherry picked it like I have here. I'm just saving some time for you guys. So they'll pick it out of the pile and we place it at the top. And then we ask them which note can fit twice inside that note. And that would be a minim or a ta 2. And we put those underneath like that. And then we ask them, okay, which note will fit 4 times inside that? Or we can ask them, which note will fit 2 times inside that? Either or is great to do, and it's good to mix it up each time you do the exercise. And then we fit 4 crotchets underneath like that. And then ask them about fitting something inside there or fitting 8 inside the top note. And we come up with quavers. And I like to use these as beamed and as single quavers, because it's good for them to see that they are the same thing and to mix it up so that they understand them. Even if they haven't met any of these things in their method book, it's still a great activity to do. So from there, we're going to put some kind of token. It really can be anything, a small eraser, a toy, whatever, and put it beside one of these note values. And then we're going to put on some music with a strong beat. So I start with the tas normally. Put on some music with a strong beat and not too quick. A lot of kids' music is actually quite fast. A lot of classical music is actually quite fast when you think about it. So something that's not too quick, especially something that comes with a method book, tends to work very well because it's meant to be played along with. So for example, my first piano adventures have great backing tracks with them. The books are almost worth buying even if you don't want them for those backing tracks because they come in very handy. Or Wonder Keys, I believe, has some. Or Road Trip by Piano Pronto. Anything that came with a method book will normally have a strong beat and be not too quick for your student. And then all we're going to do is patch along with the music in whatever note value we've got selected. And then after a few bars, I'll change it and we change to that one and feel how that feels along with the beat, and then change it again, etc., and continue in that way. Rhythm trees do not have to be in 4/4 and they absolutely do not have to be notes either. So I highly suggest doing this with a dotted minim at the top, that's a dotted half note, or doing it in compound time, trying rests, fitting in tuplets, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to work on with your student. This is a great format to understand how the rhythms relate to each other, how the note values relate to each other, and how they relate to actual music that we're listening to too. So patch is a great one to start with as usual because it's the easiest coordination, or claps would be the next. And then you can try all sorts of other movements. You can stamp them, you can jump them, you can march them around the room. It's going to be hard to see the token if you do that, but that kind of adds to the fun so that they notice it when they do, when you've changed it. And you just explore all the different note values in lots of different movements. So while your tree is out, it's a great opportunity to have some fun and experiment with some of their repertoire. So take one of their pieces and pick out a certain note value that occurs at least several times throughout the piece. So let's say there's several minims or half notes. Then you have them pick out all the half notes, notice where they are, and say, okay, we're going to replace that with something else. We could replace it with 2 tas or 4 ts, 4 ts. Which one should we do? And then throughout their piece, they play it as normal, apart from that note which they change to the other one they've chosen. So they can see how these things fit together and apply it to their repertoire as well.